Hello trainers, and welcome to yet another episode of the Pokemon Safari Guide. Today we will be covering a Pokemon that is back in the Galar Dex. You're able to get it because it has a regional variant. So yeah, Darmanitan, Galar number 368 and national number 555. I said that weird. 555. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Darmanitan. Gonna use this pretty much just like the Galarian Darmanitan, but with some slight differences. It is known as the Blazing Pokemon. Blaze it 420. Evolves from Duramaka at level 35, and its egg group is Field. It was first introduced in Pokemon Black and White. It weighs 204 pounds and its height is 4'3". I think this is interesting only because it is smaller than the Galarian Darmanitan. They're not even close to the same size. I think the Galarian Darmanitan is about 6 foot tall. So one of them is, the regional difference is significantly larger, which I think is strange. Gender ratio is 50-50 and its typing is fire. However, in Zen mode, which is the little guy all curled up, kind of looks like a statue. He is fire and psychic. Darmanitan has a pretty unique ability called Zen mode, which is whenever his HP falls beneath 50%, he changes into that little totem guy. He has another ability, so the Zen mode doesn't happen if you don't want it to, which we don't want it to, but we'll get into that. Because of his fire typing, he has weaknesses to water, rock, and ground. And if it's Zen mode, then you can add on Ghost and Dark. But the standard mode also has resistances to fire, grass, ice, bug, steel, and fairy. But in the Zen mode, it has fire, grass, ice, fighting, psychic, steel, and fairy. So the Zen mode does have more resistances, but it has more weaknesses. So it doesn't matter. We're not going to run it. But just for your knowledge, if you wanted to try Zen mode, which I wouldn't recommend, that's what you have. Here are the Pokedex entries. Feel free to pause here and read them if you want. But basically, it's just talking about how hot it is and how strong it is. But yeah, and the transforming part. But we already talked about that. Its abilities, we talked about Zen mode. And the other ability is Sheer Force, which it removes additional effects to increase the power of attacks when attacking. So, like, Bite would not flinch. It would just increase the damage. Its base stat total is 480, but in Zen is 540. And you can see the stat difference there. So Zen mode doesn't really help us out much unless you do like a mixed attacker type thing. He gets a lot of bulk in Zen mode, but unless you're doing mixed attacker, it really doesn't help you because his attack basically turns into special attack and his special attack turns into attack. So your previous moves were useless. So this is the Galarian Darmanitan, but different build. So keep in mind that things like Rock Slide won't do, it won't cause flinches, and I'm pretty sure that Flare Blitz won't take damage, so he doesn't take damage from Flare Blitz with Sheer Force. But yeah, so using a Choice Scarf because his speed tier is very slow, and you're going to want to outspeed things like Dragapult. It's not very slow, but it's not great. I like to run Choice Scarf, but you can run Choice Band, which a lot of people do. Life Orb and Heavy Duty Boots is another big one. People like to run that to prevent Stealth Rock damage. But yeah, so basically using his outrageous attack stat paired with the Choice Scarf to deal massive damage. He has some pretty decent alternative moves, like Toxic, Brick Break, Hammer Arm, Iron Head, Stone Edge, Superpower, Will-O-Wisp, Yawn, and Headbutt. I included Will-O-Wisp and Yawn because I think they're useful in like being able to just kind of deter opponents a little bit. But don't run those with the Choice Scarf. You'll be stuck into it. So same with Toxic. Just be careful about that. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Pretty similar to Galarian Darmanitan. But yeah, just Choice Scarf and then hit them with super strong attacks. This has been a product of Couch Pilot Games. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Couch Pilot Games, or join us on Facebook at Couch Pilot Games. You can also join our Pokemon Draft League, which will be going into its 4th season, which is the reason I'm making this build video, because Darmanitan is going to be on one of the teams, and you're going to want to watch that. The person with the team, just for them to get acquainted with the Pokemon. This is for their benefit too. It's just a basic build guide. Just to, give you a good foundation whenever you're adding this Pokemon to your team. You can tweak it as you see fit. But yeah, Season 4, Pokemon Draft League. Watch it. It's going to be exciting. High stakes. See you later.